everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for continuing to watch. Today I'm going to be walking out and just doing a little bit of foraging. I want to get some dock seeds and just see what else is out there. It seems that the seasons are all out of sync at the moment, and all the berries are out on the trees, so probably need to get some of those in and probably put in the freezer so that they act the same as if they would if they were having a first frost. So let's go and have a look. One of the easiest things to forage at the moment is dock seeds. The brown husk and the seeds inside are edible and can be made into flour. It's really easy, and there's an absolute abundance of it everywhere. Do that straight into the bowl. They're traditionally an absolute pest, but if you were started to rely on them for food, you'd see them in a whole different light. I cut a load down there, but I've got loads running up the side of the field, so I'm going to go and grab those. So we had the dock seeds. This is the dock leaves. Again, totally edible. When the leaves are very small, they're very good in salads. And as they get a little bit bigger like this, they'll be absolutely fine to stir fry, use as spinach and all that sort of thing. So I've got my dock seeds sorted out and my grinder in place, and we're going to mill some off, ready for some baking tomorrow. So that's it in the mill, that's before, and that's the flour. So I'm going to carry on and just finish the rest and see how much we get. So there we have it, our dock seed flour. So that whole tub went down to that, so I'd imagine it's about half, because obviously it's so much more condensed. Just in this little area here we have the yarrow plant, white flowers with the feathery petals, and the plantain, not the healthiest plantain I would say. I shall have a look for some others in a minute, but the yarrow plant is a really good all-rounder for wound healing, blood clotting, fever reduction and digestive support. It's also a really great cold and flu remedy. You'd put 1 to 2 teaspoons of dry yarrow in a cup of boiling water and let it steep for about 10 to 15 minutes. Strain it off and drink 2 to 3 times a day. Will give you a real immune boost. If you want to use it as a poultice for minor wounds and bruises, simply mash the fresh leaves and flowers into a paste and apply to affected area. You could also, if you've dried it out, put some water with it and make it into a poultice once it's rehydrated. You want to harvest the yarrow midsummer when it's in full bloom. The most potent parts are the top few petals and the blossoms. So this is a better plantain plant. There's different varieties. There's this round leaf, and then you get ones that have got long slender leaves as well. Plantain is easily recognisable by its oval leaves with prominent parallel veins. It grows close to the ground in rosettes and produces tall, slender flower spikes in the summer. The medical side of it, they are good for wound healing and skin repair, anti-inflammatory effects, respiratory support, digestive aid, drawing out splinters and toxins. Best time to harvest is throughout the growing season. Choose young, tender leaves for best flavour and medical potency. Ensure you're picking from areas that are free from pesticides and contaminants. You can use a simple poultice. Chew or mash the clean plantain leaves so it releases the juice. Apply the mash directly to the affected area. Cover with a clean cloth or bandage and leave for several hours or overnight. It can be used to help relieve sore throats. Steep 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried plantain leaves in a cup of boiling water for 10 to 15 minutes. Strain and drink 3 times daily. Remember, if you've not had it before, just to try it once to make sure you don't have a reaction. A little bit is best with any new herb that you haven't had before. So this is the blackthorn berries. They're absolutely in abundance at the moment. It's a bit early to pick them. Normally you pick them after September. They're better after the first frost. But everything's early this year, so I'm going to be picking them now and putting them in the freezer to use whenever I want to use them. A handful in any jam will thicken it right up. It's absolutely full of pectin, probably one of nature's best pectins, I would say. One of the easiest to do. Just chuck it in and just pick the stones out afterwards, after your food is cooked down, your jams or jellies. You can make syrups, sloe gin, all sorts of things. It can't be eaten in its raw state, has to be cooked. And like I say, is normally used as an additive rather than a main food source. So this is the hawthorn berry. The flowers are normally white and pink. Again, the berries are normally late autumn, but I mean, we're not even at end of August and they're already out. It's commonly known as the heart food, improving blood flow to the heart, regulating blood pressure, strengthening blood vessels. It can help reduce cholesterol and can help with anxiety and stress. Both the flowers and the berries of the hawthorn can be used medically. Harvest flowers in the spring when they're fully open and berries in the autumn when they're a deep red. The hawthorn berry syrup is a delicious way to support heart health. Simmer 1 cup of fresh or dried hawthorn berries in 2 cups of water for 20 minutes. Stir and add 1 cup of honey, stirring until dissolved. Store in the refrigerator and take 1 to 2 teaspoons daily. This syrup can be taken on its own or added to tea or sparkling water for a refreshing tonic. Always consult a healthcare professional before using hawthorn if you're on heart medications. This is the elderberry. This tree actually isn't looking the best. I've got another one down the bottom which I shall also have some berries off of. The elderberry is packed with immune boosting things, making them a go-to remedy for colds and flus. They're also rich in antioxidants, so they can help to reduce inflammation, support heart health, improve skin conditions and alleviate allergies. Both the elderflowers and the berries can be used medically, and it's critical to harvest at the right time. Elderflowers in late spring when they're fully open but not yet turning brown. For berries, wait until they're fully ripe and a deep purple in late summer or early autumn. It's obviously the right time of year to come out blackberry picking. In my area, they've not been very good, if I'm honest. the rose hips are out, so I shall have some of those. Rose hips are absolutely full of vitamin C, and are edible if you cook them and make them into a rose hip syrup. So I've got my yarrow flowers and some plantain drying on there. The dock seeds that I did a couple of days ago, and that is the blackthorn seeds and the rosemary seeds. I shall wash those and put those in the freezer. Both of those are better after a frost. The elderberries I didn't have enough to do anything with particularly on my little walk out, so I picked what I could, and I will sort those down into the berries and put those in the freezer until I've got enough of something to make some jams or something with, or some cordial. So we found a few items out there. Some I've left on the trees, like the hawthorn berries, because I want to use those fresh, but they'll be okay for a few weeks yet. I want to process some sugar beet down into syrup so that I can make my own cough syrups this year. So I want to do that first before I do the berries, because I wanted to use the berries from fresh. And there's some other items like the plantain. I did get a little bit of that in just so I could see what it was like drying it. So I left most of the plantain out there and stuff like that, because that I'd like to use fresh as well. I did get a few rose hips. There's a lot more out there, and I could possibly have done with a pair of gloves, so I just picked a few of those. So I hope you liked the video and the little walk around. If you did, please give it the old thumbs up, and maybe a subscribe if you're not already. Till next time, bye.